showing up on camera can be fucking scary. It's terrifying, you know, to show up on camera. It feels very exposing. The world is seeing me. What are people thinking? So I've been doing this for a while. So I want to give you 3 hacks, or I don't know, call it 3 helpful hints and tips that can help you with showing up on camera and sharing with the world the message that you are here to serve. So the 3 points that I want to be looking at is 1, your purpose, your reason for being there, your message, all right? Because sometimes in all of our nerves and stuff, we really forget our purpose and our reason for showing up on camera in the first place, or for wanting to show up on camera in the first place, all right? And we get so in our heads about it that we actually end up just not doing it, all right? And do you show your face or not? It can be scary, all right? We are all humans, we've got things going on. Then let's speak about your decor or decor, you know, your decor, your surroundings, your lighting, your sound, those type of things. Do you go all out? For those of you that's been following me for a while, you know that I've had very simple backgrounds, I've had very elaborate backgrounds, I've had a fish tank at the back and all sorts of lights and nature and whatever. And at the moment you're seeing my apartment. You know, it can be scary. So what do you do there? And then the third one, you gotta just like it. You just gotta do it, all right? But it's a lot easier said than done. So I just want to sort of share a couple of things with you from my experiences, things that have worked for me, things that haven't worked for me. And, you know, just see if you apply these things, if they work for you or not, all right? And of course, feel very welcome to put in the comments things that work for you, what you do, and let's just share with each other. Let's just help each other. That's really the point of this video, all right? For those of you that are coming back to my channel, welcome back, you returning champions. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Adrian Nelson. I'm a born intuitive. I am a holistic wellness practitioner. I read the tarot. I teach the tarot. I'm a couple of things. NLP practitioner. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. I do Reiki massages. I'm actually a Reiki grandmaster. Yeah, I do a couple of beautiful, beautiful things. I'm really blessed to, I consider myself divinely blessed to be in the position that I can help other people to live their greatest life, because that is my big dream. I want to use my life in service of humanity. All right, so that brings us to point number 1, which is about your purpose. Why do you want to be on screen? You know, do you want to be an influencer? Do you want to create a course? Do you maybe want to do some lives? Do you want to do YouTubes like this? Why is it that you want to come on? Do you want to talk about budgets? You know, do you want to start a cooking channel? What is it that you want to do? And I think that what sometimes happens is when we think of all the many, many reasons for why you can't do something, you really, you know, it's like your message starts to fall way down the, you know, down the cracks, and then you lose that. And that is often our fears as well that are operational inside of us. Now, depending on when you are obviously looking at this video, on February the 26th, that's 2024, I have got a 11-week Oracle card reading course coming out. But it's not just about reading cards. You can learn how to read Oracle cards basically everywhere. We've got this wonderful thing called the internet these days. But I want to really help you in this journey with really deep journaling to discover your fears and the beliefs that are blocking you, you know, and to beautifully develop your natural psychic connection so that your life gets better and better all the time. But something that you can really, really do that is really, really helpful for you is to journal. I know that it sounds so simple and everybody's fucking talking about journaling, but it is powerful. And here's a couple of things that you can journal about. 5 things that are holding me back. 5 fears that I'm feeling that are debilitating. 5 ways in which I reason myself out of doing something that I'd like to do. 5 reasons for why I would like to have a channel. 5 messages that I'd like to share. You know, 5 type of people, 5 demographics that I'd like to reach. 5 differences that I'd like to make in people's lives. Okay? that refines your message. So when you do that, you begin to, you begin to say, okay, this is my reason, this is my reason, this is my reason. All right? So become clear about your reason. Why are you showing up? All right? And showing up doesn't mean that you always have to show up with your face. Sometimes we are human beings, Sometimes you're just not doing that well. Sometimes life is tough. You're feeling the feels. You know what I mean? Life is tough. Life gets tough. Life gets challenging. And one of the things that my best friend shared with me, and she's incredible because she is she's an online marketing specialist and incredible graphic designer. The Lord really blessed me with a very good best friend. But something that she said to me, it is that people are showing up for the message more so than for you. But then we're so in our heads about ourselves, and most of you might know me for being a tarot reader here on YouTube, and it was astounding to me when I realized how people sometimes related to a video more when they didn't see my face and they just saw my hands and stuff, because I would always get so nervous about showing my face, and I'm a very peeped up person in general, but sometimes I would have so much nerves and so much anxiety, real tremors and stuff, and I have to really peep myself up and almost drain myself by doing so. So showing up, we live in this wonderful world of so much technology. You can show your face, you can show your hands, you can show a video, whatever it is. There are people out there with millions and millions of followers and subscribers, and nobody's ever seen these people's faces, ever. Sometimes you don't even hear their real voices, because of course these days we can type in things and you can have any AI voice that you choose to sort of do the transcript for you. So why are you choosing to show up? That's point number one. Why are you here? What is the reason? What is the purpose? All right? And I am a big promoter of intention. What is your intention? What is your reason? Why are you here? What is the point of you being here? All right? Because some people like they make some notes. I've got 3 notes here for the things that I want to talk about, but if I have too many notes, I just get completely confused in my mind. So even when I do podcasts, I did a beautiful podcast yesterday, which is I'm going to post it either today or tomorrow, that I did with a very good friend of mine who used to be a monk, and he wanted to know about, past life regression, and so we did a beautiful podcast of that. But whether it's something like that, or it doesn't really matter what it is, why are you showing up? What is your purpose? What is your reason? All right? Because, it could be talking crap to people. Maybe you just want to connect, and that's fine. But when you're not sure about why you are where you are here, then people typically pick that up, in your demeanor, in your voice, and things like that. But I still want to encourage you to show up, even if you're scared, even if you're afraid. The way to overcome the fear and to really find your niche and to become good at this and to feel comfortable with it is to Nike it. It's to do it. All right? No matter how much mind preparation you have and your jumping exercises that you do and whatever, eventually you're going to have to show up and you're going to have to do it. All right? Do not die with the music inside you. Sing it! Okay. Number 2, decor, lighting, sound. This is something that used to trip me the fuck up completely. This is what I'm going to say to you. You can do a lot. I would recommend you actually do some research about background and stuff like that. But the main thing is that people need to be able to hear you. I would even say that if the visuals are not so good, they need to be able to hear you, all right, to get your message. So try to sort of be clear, and maybe you need to do some test runs. When I first started, which is 4.5 years ago, and probably for the first maybe 2.5 years of that time. So brace yourself, I'm about to raise my volume. So I always felt that I had to speak so loud, and people had to hear my voice, and I had to shout and scream at you, and I had to project my voice. But that's not really who I am. Okay? And apart from that, people don't necessarily want to start your video and you go like, hello, and they go, you know what I mean? You want to connect with humans and meet them on a human level. I want you to remember that in all your lighting and all your decor and all your sound and all your considerations, first of all, remember people are showing up for a message. All right? Remember this. You are a human being connecting with human beings. I am a human being connecting with a human being. All right? Remember that. We sometimes forget that. All right? And you also want to be careful that your setup, whatever your setup is, it can be as simple or as elaborate as you want it to be. Bring your personality into it. And let people see who you are, which can be a little bit vulnerable sometimes. Now, this obviously doesn't mean that you've got to, depending on what you do and what your flavor is, but, once something is out there, it's out there. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to have a half-naked sort of, or practically naked person in the background or something like that. Again, depending on what it is that you do. A friend of mine is one of the most incredible artists I've ever come across. His use of color is exceptional, and he does a lot of nudes. So obviously if he comes online, that is probably something that you're going to want to see. So it is, it's not that cut and dry. But I would say that, clear visual is preferable, okay? But it's about the message that you're showing up for. And I would say that it's better for people to be able to hear you. And in that same sense, I've got a road just over there. And sometimes there's school children walking past, and there can be traffic and all those sort of things. If it's going to be noisy, just say to people in the beginning of the video, and I know this sounds like something you say like, I can't do this, and this is something that's been tripping me up for months. Just say to them, there might be some noise in the background, there's a baby crying, there's some construction happening, whatever the case may be. Then they know. Then they don't have to let you those nasty comments. And what going actually hand in hand with that, remember when people do nasty things, when you come from real, genuine intentions, and people do nasty things, it is usually a reflection of them, not of you. All right? So you want to know now already that the more successful you become at making videos, posting them, sharing them, in a sense being vulnerable, exposing yourself, there's going to be those nasty comments that are going to come. People's going to be like, who the fuck do you think you are? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. The sooner you make peace with that, the sooner you move on, the better you're going to be. All right? And if the comments really do trip you up, if you're on a platform where you can disable them, you disable them. You can tell people why you disable them. And just stick with the truth. I don't feel that comfortable. Boom. Mic drop. Okay. Third one. Just do it. Just do it, just do it, just do it, just show up. All right? You're going to, especially if you're new to it, you're going to give yourself a million reasons why you can't do things. I'm going to be like, oh, my hair isn't the way that I want it to be at the moment, and should maybe lose a little bit of weight, and is this shirt fitting right, and, am I having some sweat marks under my arms, which I don't. Is my teeth okay? Is my skin okay? And again, I'm going to say to you, if it really, really trips you up, then find a different way to do it. All right? Because you want to convey your message in a way that is clear and it's a reflection of you. And you want to put yourself out there and be brave, but you also don't want to sort of like, drive yourself straight into a nervous breakdown. You don't want to do that either. Okay? So be brave, but don't be stupid. Okay? But here's the thing. There's never going to be a time that's going to feel right. There's never going to be a time that's going to feel right. There's always going to be reasons why you shouldn't do it, why it's not the best time, it is scary, it is overwhelming, what will people think, what will people say. But you know what, myself, and many other people that you see online, they've had challenges. You know, go look at some of their early material. You can look at some of my early material. I really sucked. But it is by doing that you get here. And remember, with your first couple of videos that you make, well, there are exceptions to this rule, but in general, the first couple of videos that you make, most people are not going to be looking at it, seeing it, and stuff like that. So don't get discouraged if you really put your heart and soul into something and nothing happens from it. All right? Remember, there are millions and millions of people out there, and this is one of the big things. This is one of the big things that I got, once again, from my best friend from the start. You are creating material for the people that are showing up for you. All right? The ones that, if you're not their cup of tea, then you're not their cup of tea. It is what it is. All right? You are showing up for the people that want you to show up for them. All right? And you are not everybody's cup of tea. It is what it is. You know, some people's going to feel like I am too, you know, all over the place. That's who I am. Because you also don't want to lose yourself in what you do. You know, I've had this thing since I was a young child of what is the point of becoming super successful, but then the sacrifice that you make for that is you. Because then is that even your success? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can reason that many different ways, but so here's the thing, show up. Be there for yourself. Put your personality in the sound, in the background, and the whatever. All right. Communicate clearly. Okay. If you're going to be half naked on screen, and you know whatever the platform is, and there might be children or whatever, restrict your channel. Say this is R18 because I feel like showing myself. You know. Let's be mindful of things like that as well. You don't want to. Let's rather put it like this. You want to be brave, but you want to be authentically brave, you know? You don't want to do things that are so completely out of your comfort zone that's not even in your personality, but you're doing that because you think it's going to get you success, okay? I am sharing all of this with you with the intention of helping you grow positively, growing confidence, okay? But just go ahead and do it. Trust me when I tell you this, it gets easier as you go along, all right? Be aware of the guidelines and the things of the platform that you follow. All right, best you stay in line with those. But just go out there and just do it. All right. Trust in yourself. Know that the calling that you have, the inspiration that you have to do something, is a calling from spirit, from source, from the creative energies of the universe, wanting to express itself through you. Those people that we are looking at, that we often measure ourselves at, it was like 1, 2, 3 million followers and subscribers, they had to take that first step. And you are no different from them. All right? I wish you all the luck. I wish you all the best. Go ahead and post in the comments, let me know how it's going for you. What are your fears? What are your experiences? If you come across this video and you've been doing this for a while, you know, whether it is that you've made 3 videos or 300 videos, or you maybe made your first video, share your story. Let other people know what worked for you. All right? What did you use? And I think, let me just quickly add with that, don't feel that you need all this expensive equipment. I'm literally using my Android phone right now and just a regular sort of ring light. That's it. Okay? We make all these excuses sometimes, and we look at videos of people that have like 5 million subscribers that say you have to have this microphone and this sound cancelling thing and this software and this. One step at a time. All right, if that is where you want to go, then make that your goal. Then one day you'll get there. But where are you now in relation to where you want to be? All right? I wish you all the best. I'll see you on the next video. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.